the template just in shambles.
What if I free hit this week?
No.
I hate the rotation that I have to do. I don't buy Isaac. I don't buy that he's going to go.
Hello and welcome back to the Stick to FPL show with me, FPL mate. In today's video podcast, we are going to be talking about our teams and early thoughts going into Game Week 3. We're going to be having a look at a weekly wildcard, some transfer targets. We're going to have a look at some captain options for Game Week 3 and, of course, differential of the week and our quiz. I am joined, as always, by my good friend, a man who actually played his bench boost 5 minutes before deadline in Game Week 2 and even captained someone slightly strange compared to maybe some other people. But that's just what he does. It is FPL Sim. How you doing, my friend?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you very much. It was very last minute decisions this game week. I kind of struggled with it, and in the end, it felt right.
Yeah, I saw you messaged me on the Friday saying, "Is this? Are we doing it? Are we going for it?" Yeah. I said, I would chicken out of this one, but you went for it.
Yeah.
You went for it. And as we'll soon find out, it paid off. Let's get cracking, guys. I want to share with you how I got on in Game Week 2. And it is a green arrow. We do record these podcasts on a Monday. So I still have Salah, captain, to play. That's going to be my last player. No Florian Wirtz for me. But it really was a case of being carried by Joao Pedro. And I think there's been a lot of low scores I've seen.
Some horror stories.
Yeah, the template is just in shambles right now. Really doing poor. And I think my team is quite analytics based, quite data based on a lot of last season's data, and it just hasn't quite come to fruition yet. I think there are some positive signs generally. I think Pedro Porro has been a really nice pickup so far. Richards blanked in this game week, but obviously got the clean sheet in Game Week 1. I think there will be more clean sheets for him. Bruno missed his penalty, which could have been a huge difference there. But
isn't it great? He's great for DEFCON, huh?
Well,
that's why we pick these players.
Yeah, there you go.
that was in jest. It's an awful pick.
No, it's good. Nobody would be saying Bruno Fernandes is a bad pick if he scored his penalty. How rarely does he miss a penalty? He scores that. He's on a 15-pointer.
Yeah, probably.
Which is nuts, crazy value for 9 million. So these fine margins make such a difference, which is painful, but it's part of FPL, isn't it?
The referee costing you a top 1 million rank right now.
Yeah. If the ref hadn't distracted Bruno, he would have taken his penalty beautifully, as he often does.
But let me not go into roasting Bruno.
Okay,
I actually will.
Go on then.
Bruno, pen aside, which was a dodgy pen to. Maybe it wasn't dodgy pen to win, but regardless, pen aside, do you not feel concerned about owning him?
Not really.
Really?
No. I saw some stats earlier today. In fact, I will find them for you right now, so I'm not paraphrasing this one. So let me just find it real quick. So Bruno Fernandes had 15 box entries in Game Week 2. That is, Mbeumo and Cunha had 16 between them.
That's what she said.
So, nice. He had 6 key passes, and Mbeumo and Cunha had 5 key passes combined. He had higher XG than both of them. He took most
higher
corners.
XG than Cunha. Wait, because of the pen?
Because of the pen.
What non-penalty XG?
Maybe not than Cunha, but yes to Mbeumo.
And I bet he has higher XA.
Yeah, he has high.
Sorry, I bet they have higher XA.
No, Bruno.
Really?
Yeah, because of course the all of the key passes that he was creating in the game. So yes, I appreciate people seeing him playing deeper, but he is still getting forward as proven by the box entries. He's still creating. There's still no set pieces. Whether he missed the last penalty, but he's not going to be off penalties all of a sudden because of that. It's not going to happen. His penalty record is stellar. It was a one-off. I think everyone can see that he was distracted in the moment because of the referee kind of bumping into him, and it's a one-off, and he'll be still on them. He'll still be on the set pieces and stuff like that. He's still progressing well in the forward flow of games. So I don't see a problem.
So still, if you had a magic free transfer, you'd keep Bruno over Mbeumo and Cunha.
If I'm on a wild card, I mean, and I would maybe drop down to an Mbeumo or a Cunha if I could spend that 1 million effectively elsewhere to really improve my team. But if I had the 1 million, couldn't really find a way to spend it, I would make that upgrade. Yeah.
Let's take price out of it.
Okay.
Like,
if they're all the same price, I'm picking Bruno.
Picking Bruno.
Yeah. The other thing is, particularly with Cunha, maybe, is that if we think Šeško is going to come into the starting 11 for Man United, that does maybe drop Cunha back a little bit, and maybe some of the chances that Cunha got in Game Week 2, which were brilliant, by the way, came close to scoring on multiple occasions. It might actually be Šeško on the end of those chances instead.
Would it also then not be accurate that if Cunha's going deeper, Bruno's even going further deeper?
No, I don't think so, because Mount will be the player who drops out, presumably.
Yeah, so right now, Mount is kind of like that link between Mbeumo, Cunha, and then the midfield and the wing backs, right? But if we're saying there's a target man, then there's Mbeumo and Cunha behind them as like 10s with these wing backs on either side of them.
Yeah.
If right now the position that Cunha's taking up when they're attacking is really pushing high, that gives Bruno the space to fill that gap that Cunha normally would be in. If Cunha actually has to be a little bit deeper because Šeško's right there, would that not push Bruno a little bit? Otherwise, it just gets too congested. They can't all be in that same space.
Well, right? my assumption, and maybe Man United fans will know better than us, and if you are a Manchester United fan, do let us know in the comments section. But I would presume that Šeško fills in the spaces where Cunha was playing, and maybe Cunha fills in some of the places where Mount was playing. And there's not really too much difference for Bruno, but I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of Man United fans saying, we're not happy with Bruno in midfield. We need him to play more advanced. He's our best player. You either sell him, cash in, and get a proper 8 or another 6, or you play him in his best position, which is behind the striker, which would mean dropping one of Cunha, Mbeumo, or Šeško, which I don't know if that's very likely to happen.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Šeško in theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened twice already, but you would imagine that's more to do with fitness and, tactical, how ready he is with the tactics of Manchester United right now.
And alleged house moving.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Is he moved in?
Apparently he's been moving. I just think he wanted to play Mount.
Yeah, fair enough. Why?
He's been pretty good.
You know what?
I actually thought he's been decent.
Fair play.
As a link cog, which is like Mount is never that goals guy, but I think as a link cog, Mount has been pretty solid.
Yeah, I think generally, I think Man United have been better than people are making them out to be. Like if anyone who's actually watched the games will have seen that Man United, they are creating chances. They are looking good.
Gone from relegation form to mid-table form.
Yeah, and that is an improvement. That is an improvement. And I'll tell you what, not all the relegation form teams of last season are doing the same thing.
Yeah. Here's a stat.
Yeah.
Amorim, 29 games, 29 points.
That is not good enough.
I think it might even be 28.
Yeah, I think
he's on
28.
less than 1 point a game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give him time. Give him chance.
Give him 10 years.
Yeah. No, Arsenal and even Fulham away from home. I think those are tough games.
Yeah,
I think people underrate Fulham all the time. They're a good side.
Yeah.
They're a good side. So Bruno, I'm not worried about him yet at all. The areas I am worried about is the Aston Villa attack, and my biggest, deepest regret is going for that double Aston Villa attack. I think that's probably a mistake. I've like I mentioned on last week's show, I bottled going for Semenyo over Rodgers. I was also on Kudus instead of Rodgers at one point. I was also on Sarr at one point. I was also on Njai at one point as well. All of these players have scored FPL points now, other than Rodgers, and all of them have looked better than Rodgers as well. So that is definitely an area I'm looking to kind of change. So if we go to my Game Week 3 team here, we've got Palmer. We've got 2 free transfers. We've got Palmer, who I hope is going to be available for Game Week 3. Apparently just some tightness in the muscle, a pre-existing issue. I think
precautionary was the word.
Yeah,
used.
That's right, precautionary. So I think there is still a very good chance he's good for Game Week 3. If he's not, I think that would be enough of a reason to remove him, because it's difficult to say whether he's providing good value for money or not, because he's only played 1 game. So it's really difficult. But if he is out, I would definitely consider dropping him down. There's a few players I'm looking at in terms of those transfer targets, but maybe we'll come back to them, because I think midfield is where I want to make some moves this week with the 2 free transfers. I don't know if I'll use them both. But yeah, Palmer and Rodgers would be the 2 primary players that I'd be looking to remove. Dewsbury Hall, I was pretty happy playing as an attacking midfielder, even with Grealish there. He created loads of chances, Dewsbury Hall. Kind of unlucky not to get an assist or 2 in that game, really. Wolves up next. They're struggling. I think it's a bad time to sell Dewsbury Hall. I think I regret that. But Rodgers against Crystal Palace, I can definitely see myself making a move there. Definitely. They've actually got Everton after that as well, away from home.
It's so hard to sell good players.
It is
so hard to sell good players, because it could just burn you. Whilst selling him feels absolutely fair, it's Villa. We're expecting them to probably win a good game soon, and I don't know. It's so hard to say, but I feel like you've got to at some point make a decision here.
Yeah. The problem is Aston Villa just don't look good right now.
Yeah.
They're not playing well. They're not creating chances. They look all over the place, so disjointed. And how long do you wait for them to click into gear? I mean, I could always buy Rodgers back in 3 or 4 weeks when everything's looking much better.
Yeah.
But, whilst there are other players performing with good fixtures, with nice matchups, I think I've definitely got to just, with 2 free transfers, make that move. If Palmer is unavailable, I don't know if I can see myself making 2 transfers, but I would say that that's probably my only area I'd want to change.
Would you go to Haaland?
No, not right now, no. Well, I'm planning a game week 6 free hit. So that's Man City against Burnley, which is by far their best fixture in the opening 10 weeks. So, yeah, I'm not really thinking about Man City players, to be honest, right now. I'm not thinking about Forest players really either. Because, again, they play... Who is it? Is it
West Ham, I think?
No, in game week 6, I'm thinking. They play West Ham this week, but they play Sunderland in game week 6 at home. So, again, for those players, I'll probably be looking to load up on City, load up on Forest in their best game week, which is game week 6, which means I can kind of play around with some other players in the meantime. But, yeah, we'll come back to some transfer targets for me because I want to have a look at your team, really, because you got with your bench boost and your differential captain.
Indeed.
Nice little green arrow. Talk us through it.
Very nice green arrow. I mean, there was one point where I was on a 92% green arrow up to 300k. I was like, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I'm never gonna see a green arrow this big. I went from 6 million to 350k. But alas, it's normalized on Sunday. I think what's really, really helped me is not what I've picked, but the template kind of busting. In Forest hasn't hurt me at all.
Yeah.
Who are some other sort of big assets that would normally hurt me? Definitely players.
Haaland would have maybe hurt you this week.
Obviously, definitely. I think Forest clean sheet was a big one. But either way, I decided to bench boost in the end because I had a bench of Dubravka because I hate goalkeeper rotation, so I was going to bench him. Esteve because of hating defender rotation, I was going to bench him too. Diouf and Bowen. And Bowen was a big reason for why I bench boosted because I was struggling between who to bench from Bowen, back then Wirtz, Gakpo and Reinders. And my thinking was, number one, Gravenberg is going to come back into the team, as we know, and right now we know the lineup, but alas, McAllister was the one who dropped out because of some personal commitments, I guess. So the concern was, I don't want to bench Bowen against Chelsea. I have a feeling that something is going to happen there, but I also don't want to bench Wirtz. I definitely don't want to bench Gakpo, and I definitely don't want to bench Reinders. So what do I do here? And I've also got 2 Burnley defenders who have a great fixture, and kind of looked at things down the line because you have to use a bench boost in the first half of the season. Am I going to wildcard into a bench boost? Am I going to wildcard out of a bench boost? And I just thought, just the button kind of makes someone suggested it to me and I laughed at them. I said, that's ridiculous. You want me to bench boost double West Ham, double Burnley. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. So I pulled the trigger in the end. Obviously Palmer being out did not help me, but I guess maybe from an EO perspective, it kind of did. Maybe Palmer would have smashed it and that would have hurt me.
Yeah.
But either way, he's out. Aït-Nouri being out didn't help me either. Then Saka was the big one. Saka, that game when it started and he scored, I was thinking, that's it, I've hit the jackpot here.
Yeah.
There's definitely another return in this. And then there was even a penalty that was won after Gyökeres already scored, so there's no way he would have been given the penalty. So, yeah, just really, really upsetting that Saka ended up getting injured, and I'm sure Arsenal fans are more upset than I am. But that was unfortunate to only get 6 points out of that. But I think the decision was sound. Leeds got hammered. Arsenal was strong eventually once they got going. And I'm pretty happy with the team. 61 points. The only thing that needs to happen is I need to survive Mo Salah, which never goes my way.
No, it never goes anyone's way trying to survive Mo Salah. I've kind of learned that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think despite a lot of bad luck, which you've had in your team with Aït-Nouri injury, Saka injury, Palmer injury, you've still ended up with a pretty decent score. I think in many ways, the bench boost has kind of really saved what could have been a really quite a worrying week for you, and actually turned what was potentially a bad week into actually a pretty good week.
Yeah.
So nice.
I think it would have been a decent, like, because you knock off the 17 points off that, you're looking at still 44.
Okay,
Is that my mathing there? I think 44 you're looking at with Gakpo to go. So it wouldn't have been a bad week, but it's turned a grey arrow type of thing to a pretty solid green arrow. I think I'm on like a 29-point green arrow right now.
Yeah.
So just wait for Salah's brace.
You never know, it could be a Gakpo brace. Everyone listening will already know the answer to this one. I tell you what, every time we record a show before like the final game, like the Monday game, whatever we predict from our players,
It's the opposite, isn't it?
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't think a single one of us have ever had like our scores ended up better.
Yeah, I reckon it's impossible for Salah to get a red card and an own goal today.
Do you reckon it's impossible?
Impossible.
I think it's actually very likely it's going to happen. That's my prediction. One of us will be right. Hey, that's better than neither of us. Hey, but let's have a look at your team for the new week, because if I'm not mistaken, you very well may be on a wild card this week.
Yes, indeed. I am in a very, very precarious position. This is my wild card.
This is your wild card team. Yeah. So
nice. I was thinking this team looks solid.
What's going on here? Your wild card team. Why don't you tell us why you're thinking of wild carding first, and then talk us through your team and some of the rationale behind it.
Right. So one thing I failed to mention earlier was because of the whole Gravenberch thing, I actually got rid of Wirtz, and because of the next two fixtures as well, Newcastle, Arsenal coming up for Liverpool, I got rid of Wirtz because I had a double attack from Liverpool, and I bought in Burmo looking at a Fulham and Burnley fixture. So I thought, okay, can find a bit more value there. Now, so that left me with one transfer for this week, meaning I have problems with Saka, possibly with Palmer, definitely with Aït-Nouri. I've also got Bowen, an 8 million forward in my team, which is sort of really stinking up the team right now. I've got Watkins that I'm really concerned about as well. And essentially all of my premiums, anyone who costs money in any position right now is a problem for me.
Sure.
I don't own Salah. I don't own Haaland. I don't own sort of some of the more template-y picks that are starting to become more template, like Semenyo, even Chris Wood, Kudus, double Spurs defense, a lot of stuff that people are trying to move to now. And it just, I think I've kind of been left with little choice with both of my premiums being injured. Obviously Palmer not certain. I think I agree with you in that there's a decent chance of him returning, but he's playing through an injury. I'm not in love with it. So I haven't hit the button yet, but I'm very likely to do it, and I think I probably will at the end of today.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us your team. Tell us your wildcard team.
So this is the wildcard draft as I've got it at the moment. I'm not sure if. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
It's a good start.
It's a good
few days left.
Exactly. This is off some limited thought. So I've gone for Sanchez in goal. I think Chelsea's fixtures continue to be good, and I do like that defense at the moment. Only conceded 1 to West Ham, and it was a wonder goal. Double Spurs defense. They, after 2 fixtures, just look really solid. And like with the midfield coming back to normal this week against Man City, I was just really impressed with that performance. So I'm relatively happy with that. Porro is an attacker who somehow picks up defensive points.
Yep.
Genuinely, he had so many great crosses that he put in that game. I think Pedro Porro is one of the most important players that you can have in your FPL defense right now. Van de Ven, just to bolster that. I've then gone for Cher. Newcastle defense hasn't really been spoken about much so far this season.
Solid game week 1.
Yeah.
0.2 XG conceded in game week 1. Of course, we don't know how they'll do against Liverpool, but the fixtures after game week 2, brilliant.
Brilliant fixtures. I think one player from Newcastle is probably the biggest problem with my wild card right now. Leeds and their absolute horrific defending from corners is why I've also gone for Cher. Could go Dan Burn here, obviously. I just fancy it, and I think a Newcastle defender and probably a Newcastle attacker is likely to come into this team. I've then also gone for Kudus, Semenyo, just 2 solid options. I want triple Spurs. I love that team right now. Semenyo just on fire. Obviously playing Spurs, so I guess there's a possibility they even bench him that week. But Semenyo just looks really strong at the moment. People were doubting Bournemouth. I wasn't quite convinced, and I probably should have put my money where my mouth was, or put my budget where my mouth was. But here we are. I've then gone for Mbeumo. I do still like him. I do still think there's something there with United between Cunha and Mbeumo.
You've got. I see you've got 1.6 million in the bank there. Are you thinking about moving Mbeumo to Bruno, or are you certain you would rather Mbeumo or Cunha?
There's a 0% chance of me getting Bruno.
I thought that might be the case. But what about Cunha?
So Cunha, I'm relatively close to, but I think Šeško is probably what's concerning me, and Mbeumo on corners I kind of like.
Yeah, taking like the corners from the right side, depending on how you look at the field. What end you are.
Yeah, so I think that's decent. I mean, they scored from a corner this week, which unfortunately was given as an own goal, but he would have had the assist. So I kind of like that, and I bring in Mo Salah.
Yeah, so you get that premium captainable guy.
Exactly.
And I guess you've made your moves. You've got that big rank boost, compared to a lot of the rest of us who have maybe started the season more template, and now you can switch to the template where we expect maybe the template starts to pick up and do what we expected it to do in the first place, right?
Exactly. I hate playing the Mo Salah game. I love playing the Mo Salah game, but I hate playing the Mo Salah game, and I kind of want to stop it. I'm really scared tonight, but I think bringing in Salah makes sense. Number one, just for captaincy. Between now and game week 6, Haaland is only in game week 3 is the only week where I wouldn't be captaining Salah over Haaland.
Okay, yeah.
So I think captaincy really makes sense there. And then up front, I've gone for Chris Wood. That West Ham fixture is lovely. Ekitike, because I don't buy Isak. I don't buy that he's going to go.
You really don't think it's going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
You think a little Saudi loan or something instead, or just rotting in the under-23s for Newcastle?
I don't know.
Until January?
I've got a week to figure it out. The Newcastle-Liverpool game will have been gone. I think, depending on what I hear, I love the Ekitike pick. It's just Isak is the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to... as of right now, it's gone pretty cold. I don't think Liverpool are going to pay 150 million because they've got a 90 million forward that they've signed.
Yeah, who is playing well.
Who's playing well as well. It's not like they've got a problem there. If anything, they should spend money on their defense. So I just don't see why anyone at one of the most sort of well-ran transfer sort of policy teams would decide to blow 150 million on a player who's kind of screwed themselves over a little bit. So for now, he's in the draft. Obviously, I've got a week to figure that out, but it makes a lot of sense to me. And finally, I've gone for João Pedro, who, as predicted, is one that I think most people should have started with because of the damage he can do.
Yeah. We've kind of seen a bit there. I do think it was, and I say this as someone who owes his entire game week to João Pedro. I do think he got a little fortunate at some of the goals as well, goal contributions maybe from those corners. I don't know how sustainable that is, but we did see a little bit of corner threat from João Pedro even in game week 1. So I don't think that it's completely out of character for him. I think if Palmer is out, that actually could improve João Pedro as well, because you would imagine that puts him on penalties.
Well, Palmer was scheduled to start, and João Pedro and Delap were in the same team.
They were all going to start.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the biggest and best things to see.
It's such a good point.
Because everyone thought this was a minutes and rotation problem.
Yeah, because people were thinking one of João Pedro or Delap were going to play.
They've just spanked the team 5-1. I don't think João Pedro or Delap is going to be benched 10 times.
No.
Maybe not Delap, but João Pedro definitely I don't think is going to be benched 10 times.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think João Pedro after game week 2 has rightfully really been boosted in the pecking order of the best forwards to pick, and it's not just about his points, which I think is the most crucial thing, because people look at his points and assume it's all about that. There's much more to this than that, so I like that. Did you speak about Chris Wood at all as a pick?
So Chris Wood, I mean, it's a West Ham pick.
Yeah,
I kind of want it there for West Ham. Him and Mbeumo would be considerations for captaincy in game week 3.
Well, let's just say he plays Burnley in game week 5 and Sunderland in game week 6 as well. So there's some good fixtures here.
Some great fixtures there. Remind me his game week 14.
It is Arsenal away.
Okay.
Which is why you need that bench cover, which you do have.
I hate the rotation that I have to do. I hate rotation. I hate having to pick between defenders and attackers. But I've got too much money. I only have one premium.
Yeah.
And I can't stretch to Haaland. And even if I did, it wouldn't make sense. But Wood is a solid option. He's a great option. You know what you're getting. He's on penalties. Forest look reasonably strong. Champions League or Europe, not Champions League, sorry. Europe isn't starting for a few game weeks. Like, it's just, he's a comforting blanket.
He is a comforting man. Everyone loves the comfort of wood in their life. No, I get it. And the only reason I'm not buying Wood, because I think if I'm buying a forward this week, it probably would be Wood. But there's two exceptions for that. One, if you have Joao Pedro already, you're not going to sell him for Chris Wood. If you have Watkins, I think he's worth holding on to for one more week to figure out the Isak situation. Because if Isak, well, one, Watkins could become Watkins again. And two, if Isak doesn't sign for Liverpool, then Watkins to Ekitike is one of the most obvious transfers a man can possibly make, or a woman indeed. So I think holding off on Watkins for one more week is worthwhile. Doesn't really make sense to move him to Wood.
Does the window close on Saturday?
It closes after the Game Week 3 deadline. So
okay,
yeah. So after Game Week 3, we'll have all of the information we need to know.
But is it like hours after?
Shall I find out exactly when the transfer window?
I tell you why. If for example it's only an hour in it, I think you can make that call this week.
I actually think it's like, I don't even think it's like that day.
Is it midnight?
It's the 1st of September, which is it Sunday or Monday?
Oh yeah, it's late.
It's not Saturday.
It's Monday. It's Sunday midnight. So it's long after.
Okay,
There's a day and a half.
Yeah, so it's not the same day.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might have a good idea by that point, in fairness, but like, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to buy Ekitike going into Arsenal away. Is it Arsenal away?
Arsenal home.
Arsenal home. I don't think I want to buy into that fixture anyway.
This is the one point I forgot to mention.
Go on.
So I need parts in that Arsenal defense. It is better than last year.
Do you think so? It's been 2 weeks, man. Come on.
Arsenal looks so robust, and the corner routines have been brilliant.
I mean, they dried up a little bit at the end of last season. So all summer they've just been thinking, okay, back on corners, our bread and butter.
Exactly.
How are we going to stoke it up again?
Fullback positions, like I saw a stat, something like 5 shots each in the box or something like that between Calafiori and Timber, but you can't touch them because of rotation.
Yeah, you can't.
So I mean,
tough.
I need Gabriel in my team, but the fixtures over the next 3 aren't great. So I've got
it's 4 for Arsenal. The next 4. Forest in game week 4 is their best fixture in the next 4. Outside of that, it's Liverpool, City, Newcastle. It's not good.
Exactly. So like I'm gonna bench that for now. I'm gonna avoid Arsenal, but game week 6, I'm having Arsenal defenders.
Just try and find a route to get that Arsenal.
It'll be share,
right?
It'll be share.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I like it. Yeah.
Tell me why you hate this team.
Why I hate this team? Why do I hate this team?
And how you'd improve it?
I think so much of my thinking is me free hitting in game week 6. So therefore, I can maybe afford to invest more in Crystal Palace and Newcastle than the average person or the non-free hit 6, because both Crystal Palace play Liverpool in game week 6 and Newcastle play Arsenal in game week 6. So they have tough fixtures there, but really nice fixtures around there. And I think those are 2 teams that have shown some promise so far. You haven't really got much Crystal Palace here. I would like to see a Munoz somewhere. I feel like an Ismail Assar might be quite nice somewhere. I feel like, maybe some a little bit of Gordon or a little bit of Langer maybe. But I think you're probably gonna figure that out by the time you finish you sounded like you wanted another Newcastle player anyway, so maybe you got that figured out by deadline. But generally speaking, I think based on the 2 weeks of information we have, which is probably not quite enough for me to wildcard. I know you're a different scenario because you've got injured players. You kind of your hand is forced in a way. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Ekitike scares me a little bit because of the Isak situation, but again, we might have a better idea by deadline. So it's not that I think this wildcard is bad. I think if I was to wildcard right now, it would probably look very, very similar to this, maybe minus the double Spurs defense.
I mean, Van de Ven could easily be Munoz, isn't it?
Yes, you could. You got enough money there.
Well, here's an alternative strategy.
Okay,
and just entertain me for a moment here. What if I free hit this week?
No. Come on.
Let me tell you the benefits.
Yeah.
there's no clean. This team isn't great for Game Week 3.
Not particularly, no.
I've got double Spurs against Bournemouth. I've got Mo Salah and Ekitike against Arsenal. I've got a couple of other awkward things happening. Like Fulham at home for Sanchez. Like, it's not a great game. This is probably a red arrow in Game Week 3.
Yeah.
If I free hit, there's two options. There's two possible outcomes. Because there's 3 weeks from now to Game Week 4, including international break, I get Palmer back for sure.
Mm-hmm. You probably get Nori back.
Probably get Nori back. Got a decent shout at getting Saka back.
You'll be a week or two at most away from Saka back.
I can make a transfer if I need to there. Right?
Sure. Well, you got one more free, to be fair, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, well, you'll lose it if you free hit, but still.
Well,
you'll have it in Game Week 4.
Well, actually, no. I've already sold Saka. So...
Oh, so that would actually be reversed.
Oh yeah, because I would be free hitting.
Yeah,
yes. You're right. So I would have essentially 2 free transfers going into. No, I wouldn't gain a free transfer. I would have 1 free transfer going into Game Week 4. But either way, I'd have a clean team for Game Week 3, and I could do a nice wild card in Game Week 4.
Well, yeah, you would need to wild card in Game Week 4.
Or maybe I wouldn't even need to. That's the second option.
Yeah.
Right? So the first option is I free hit and wild card. The second option is I free hit and avoid the wild card, and my team is actually decent.
Let's go back to your team for Game Week 2. So could this work for Game Week 4? Is our question really.
So who are Villa playing?
So Villa have a fixture against Everton.
Okay, so that's nice. Who's Bowen playing?
Bowen and West Ham are playing against Spurs at home, which is not perfect.
That's probably
but it's playable.
Probably a transfer, to be honest.
Maybe a transfer,
or a
maybe
bench,
playable.
or a bench. My midfield is pretty deep.
Sure.
Palmer's fine. Gakpo is playing Arsenal. That's not awful, I guess.
Yeah, so Palmer will be against Brentford, and then your Liverpool guys in Game Week 4 will be playing against Burnley. We only got Gakpo there, but yeah, it'll be Gakpo against Burnley.
Oh, Burnley, excellent.
Yeah.
So,
and you don't have any Liverpool. Oh, you have Salah.
I don't have Salah.
No, in your potential wildcard team, you have Salah, but that's and Ekitike. Sorry, of course.
Yeah, but that would be for Game Week 3. So it's a consideration, I think, and the things that are pulling me against it is I'm spaffing all my chips.
Yeah,
chip spaffing
pretty early.
Chip spaffing is a very, very,
it's dangerous,
casual way of playing.
It is, but I mean, look, like with all due respect, the the super engaged, let's check out all the data, let's figure everything out, not really worked so far. And there's always opportunity to change playstyle midway through the season, figure out what's working here, and then maybe something slightly different will work later. So, I don't have a problem with people using a lot of chips early in the season, as long as it serves a purpose and it's not just without plan, without thoughts or anything like that.
Yeah. It's one to consider.
Yeah.
It's really one to consider, but I've got to use a chip this week.
Yes, sure. I don't mind the free hit idea. You're going to probably triple up on Newcastle against Leeds. Probably going to triple up on Man United as well against Burnley.
Cunha and Burma, maybe even Bruno. Stick them all in.
Yeah, why not? Get a defender in there. You probably get a decent score. You get a clean sheet out of Man United. I think they're due a clean sheet.
Yeah, Dorgu looks really good.
Dorgu looks nice. De Ligt is getting DEFCON points every week, or 2 weeks out of 2 so far. So maybe you could go there as well. He's got a bit of aerial threat from set pieces. What else have you kind of not got covered? You've not really got any Forest, so it would mean you could free hit some Forest players in for their game against West Ham as well. The more I think about it, in your specific scenario, a free hit in Game Week 3 could work if you feel that the players you currently have, Saka, Aït-Nouri, Palmer, are going to be ready or very close to being ready to go in Game Week 4. Because the last thing I think you'd want is to free hit into a wild card, because I think that would be a waste of chips.
You think so?
Yeah. Because a free hit should be a stopgap.
I think I'll still hate my team. The problem is I'll still have Watkins and Bowen.
Yeah, but by that point they will have
and Palmer and no Salah and Haaland.
Yeah, but Watkins has Crystal Palace this week, which is rough. Game Week 4 against Everton is much better. Game Week 5 they have
Salah for Game Week 4.
Yeah, probably. But I think it would be preferable to take a hit in Game Week 4. The news a free hit wildcard back-to-back, I'd rather take a hit.
I think that's one to really think about.
I would consider it throughout the week, but you don't let me tell you what to do. That's need me to tell you what to do. All right. Well, we are many minutes into the show. I did want to speak very quickly on some transfer targets. So I guess we'll do that. So for my team, so I mentioned that Palmer and Rodgers are potential players I'd like to replace, and there's 2 players I'm looking at. One is Ismaila Sarr. He plays against Aston Villa this week. He has an incredible record against Aston Villa. I tweeted this earlier. He has, every time he's ever started a game against Aston Villa, he has got at least 1 goal return, a goal or an assist. Every time. It is, in fact, it's better than that. He has got 7 goals and 3 assists in 6 starts against Aston Villa in his career.
Is it 7 goals?
7 goals, 3 assists. Yeah.
In 6?
In 6.
Wow.
Because it's such a good tactical matchup. Aston Villa's high line against him kind of playing in behind. This includes his time at Watford as well, by the way.
Fair
so, really nice stuff. Really nice matchup for him. And then after that, Sarr plays against Sunderland at home, then West Ham away in 5. And game week 6 is against Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, he's already proven he could do it against Liverpool in the Community Shield. But I would be looking to free hit him out in that week anyway. So that would work for me really well. After that, Everton, Bournemouth. So the good fixtures keep coming. After that, it's Arsenal, then Brentford, Brighton, Wolves. Really nice fixtures. Man United, Burnley. There's not really too much tough going on other than game week 6 and game week 9 for him. So really nice run for him. The other player is maybe Gordon. If Isak does leave Newcastle or goes into the under-23s or goes to Saudi Arabia or wherever he ends up, if Gordon continues to be a striker, because everyone knows at this point the Newcastle are very much struggling to sign a striker, it could be really nice. Penalty taker, plenty of chances.
Even if they don't sign a striker, like he's still great off the left.
Still a decent pick. Maybe not like an elite pick, but strong. So I think Gordon is 7.5. He is difficult for me to get to unless I sell Palmer. But if I sell Rodgers down to Sarr, easy. Free up 0.5 in the bank. Lovely stuff. A Semenyo, if I wasn't picking up a free hit strategy for game week 6, I would be going for Semenyo. And the reason for that is because I actually think that Semenyo has his best fixture in game week 6. That's against Leeds away. So over the next several weeks, Leeds in game week 6 is by far Semenyo's best fixture. By far. Like, there's no other newly promoted teams. There's no West Ham until game week 12. There's nothing else for quite some time. So I love Semenyo as a pick if you're not free hitting in 6. But if you are, I think genuinely there's some other midfielders that could do just as well. So that's the reason I'm kind of off him. Is there any other midfielders you feel I'm missing?
I just want to comment on Sarr first. I think he's an absolutely phenomenal pick. I think he's a great pick. I think from game week 1 he's a great pick, and I think it's probably crazy that I don't have him on my wildcard.
Yeah, I wish I had him.
But yeah, I do fully support that. I think Gordon's a great pick too. In terms of possible options outside of that, I mean, to an extent, I think Haaland deserves discussion, and he's just not getting it. The only problem is captaincy, but I still expect him to score well. And I feel like a lot of people aren't considering it suddenly now because he's blanked against Spurs. But if Haaland starts scoring a goal or 2 every game again,
he's going to be back in the thoughts of everyone.
Yeah, and like most people just can't get to him.
But I'll free hit him in game week 6 when he plays against Burnley. And all the fixtures around that are pretty mid for him, to be honest. All the way up until game week 12, 13, where I plan to wildcard anyway.
But the fixtures aren't bad.
So we've got Brighton next, which I think I definitely agree is a good fixture there. Then Man United at home.
Great fixture. He hammers them.
Arsenal away after that in 5.
Tough.
Game week 6 against Burnley.
So one tough fixture in 4.
I would make a strong argument for Man United not being the perfect fixture for
Is it at home or away?
It's at home for him.
Fair enough. But I think that's one that people should try to consider. Like, don't snooker yourself so you can't get Haaland.
No, I mean, for so many people, the only way to get Haaland is to sell Watkins and one of Palmer or Saka, presumably, right?
Or Salah.
No.
Which you wouldn't do.
No,
but
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. No. Other than that, in terms of transfer targets, I think Newcastle defenders should be on the radar at the moment.
Yeah, if you're unhappy with your defense, for sure. Or you have injuries.
I mean, a lot of people have like loads of Forest defenders and they're just not keeping clean sheets at the moment.
No.
And
by the way, I do think that will change. Nottingham Forest have kept some of the lowest XGC, just 1.4 non-penalty expected goals against so far this season, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So it will come. I think it will come.
Yeah. But outside of that, I don't think there's any sort of super hot targets that you haven't mentioned.
Yeah, it's all about midfield. Right, we need to get this moving. Captaincy. Let's do this briefly. Captaincy. Who are you thinking?
United or West Ham, or United or Forest.
Yeah.
So,
well, you would captain Chris Wood.
I would.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
Is there anyone else there from Forest that you think about? No, I agree. Man United. I think for me it's Bruno, and I think I will captain Bruno this week.
I think I'd captain any of the three.
Any of Bruno, Mbeumo, Cunha. It's unlikely people are going to have multiple of them. Maybe some people pick up 2 or a second one this week.
It'd be surprising, but I think I'd go for any of them.
Honestly, I've seen a few people saying, Saka to Cunha, Saka to Mbeumo, or maybe even some other players to Palmer, maybe if he's out to these guys. But yeah, I like Bruno. If he does what he does in game week 2, but scores his penalty against an easier team, that is like perfect captaincy. I don't know exactly how many points that would be.
5.
So it'd be an additional
7,
10 points.
10.
So
12.
So he'd be on 12 points, more than that, right? 2 points for playing, 2 points for DEFCON, so to 4. 5 for a goal.
9. 9.
Yeah, I'd say it's a 9. 3 bonus.
12.
Oh, it is 12. Still good. I think, to be fair, like 8 points is good for a captain, isn't it?
I mean, if once you hit double digits, you're more than happy.
You're very happy. So 12 points, that would be perfect. I think he could do it. I think he could do it. So yeah, I'm on Bruno, captain for this week, I think.
Fair enough. It's scary captaining Mbeumo and Cunha, but
yeah.
I think you gotta try to go for it. The promoted teams haven't been great away from home, so.
If I had Haaland, I'd captain him against Brighton though.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm too interested in Salah against Arsenal though.
I wouldn't do it. And
this is the time,
especially like if he blanks again today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Well, we've got a few things to wrap off the show. We'll do this very quickly. First of all, differential of the week. So, tough week for us. Very tough week for us. I picked Ødegaard, got injured in the first half. You picked Evanilson.
He got taken down for a goal. He was through a goal.
He got
a red card.
Yeah, of course.
God,
so
fuming.
Yeah, we've both been mugged off.
And I was hoping like after that he'll score, but alas.
But you did beat me for game week 2. 2 points for you, 1 point for me. It's 7-4 is the score right now. My differential this week is
7-4 to
me.
How did you get 7 points?
Saar in game week 1.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm hoping game week 3 will be a bit better for our differential of the week. And I've already mentioned my differential of the week because it's Anthony Gordon.
Are you saying he's the best differential that everyone should go for?
2.7% selected. He is a player who I would genuinely recommend as one of the top picks for this week. It's not just a case of him being, a good different player to have. He's a good all-round player to put in your team. If he's playing as a striker against Leeds in game week 3, if he is taking as many shots as he is taking per game so far this season, he is going to be on for a potential haul. If Newcastle do even 50% of what Arsenal did to Leeds, this could be huge. I'm really, really feeling this one. I like Gordon as a differential.
Okay.
Really do.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, I was between 2. I obviously also wanted to go for Newcastle, particularly because I really think Dan Burn or Cher is going to score this game week.
Okay.
100%. I feel like one of them is going to score. But I've gone for Jack Grealish. I think he is going to be... I think he's playing Wolves, isn't he?
This is such a hipster pick, by the way.
It's not.
Wolves,
listen,
Wolves
mid-table Jack Grealish is the best player in the league. Mid-table Jack Grealish is the player who every England fan clamours to because he takes that team under his wing. So, listen, I can't turn down mid-table Jack Grealish against Wolves.
No. Well, let's see if he turns up. I think it's an interesting pick. Very creative in game week 2. Let's see if he can turn it on against a Wolves side that, in fairness, are struggling right now. So those are some differentials. And I quite like them both. I think we're on for a winner this week.
10 points each?
10 points each. We'll take it. Stat pad at those scores. Right, well, let's finish off the quiz here, guys. And we'll try and go as quick as we can. I'm not going to wait around for you to think. I need very quick answers. Okay. So we're going to do Clues That Player to finish off today's show. Bit of fun to end off the show, as we always do. A little bit of a quiz. Play along at home as well, if you would like to. So, Clues That Player. This is player number 1. Clue number 1. This player has scored 20 goals for his country in 50 appearances.
Chris Wood.
Wrong. Clue number 2. This player has seen 1 price rise so far this season.
Semenyo.
No,
he's
wrong.
had 2. Damn.
This is his 9th season in the Premier League, having previously played for Watford and Everton.
Oh, Saar.
No.
Everton?
Yeah.
Watford and
I'll
Everton?
give you one more guess before we give you a fat 0-pointer.
Go on. Oh, wait. I'm going to get
I'm going to give you one more guess.
Price rise, Watford and Everton.
And we're going to give you 0 points if you can't get this.
Price rise, Watford and Everton.
Yeah.
Watford. He's played for Watford and Everton.
There is no other players that match this description in the entire Premier League.
Watford and Everton.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
You probably forgot he played for Watford, to be fair.
I can't think of players played for Watford and Everton.
Okay, well, it is Richarlison.
Richarlison played for Watford?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, back in the day.
Fair enough.
Back in the day. Unless I've got that wrong somehow, but I'm pretty sure he did. Maybe verify that. Because now I'm doubting myself. A little VAR on that bad boy. Okay.
Next one.
This is the next one. So he is the second youngest World Cup goal scorer for his country, having scored his first international goal in 2022. So the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. He's the second youngest World Cup goal scorer for his country.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Clue number 2. He is one of the most expensive ever signings to the Premier League. Now, that's a bit more of a generic kind of clue, because if I gave more away, it would probably give it away.
Most expensive ever?
Yeah. Signings in the Premier League. Who burst onto the scene in Qatar 2022 on the international stage for his country.
It's because you put a rush on me that my mind has gone blank.
Yeah.
God.
We'll leave more time for this quiz next week.
Yeah. You're going to have to go to the third question.
Okay. The third clue is he previously played for River Plate and Benfica.
And Enzo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandes. Well done. 1 point for you.
God, I didn't even think of Chelsea.
Yeah.
I didn't think of Chelsea. I was thinking of Jack Grealish and stupid things like that. Right.
In 2022, Jack Grealish burst onto the scene.
That's what I was thinking. That doesn't make sense.
No.
Nor is he the second youngest English.
No. Right.
Scorer.
This is player number 3, and I almost just told you who they were because I've got the name written down as the first clue for some reason. But the first clue actually should be, this player has previously played for Stockport, Grimsby, Shrewsbury, Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, and one other Premier League club before his current Premier League club. Remember, these are all current FPL players, at least somewhat FPL relevant. No, but that's not a bad guess, actually. It's not a bad guess, but no, it's not correct. Okay, the next clue is this player has won 2 trophies in the past year. One of them major, the other one maybe not such a major trophy.
I'm thinking Club World Cup and... What else did Chelsea win last year? No.
Who said it was a Chelsea player?
That's what I'm thinking. But who else has won 2 trophies? No English team won 2 trophies last season.
Is that right? One proper trophy
won?
won?
Wait. I'm thinking... who won the community... No, it's Crystal Palace. Oh, it's a Crystal Palace player.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have the clues again?
The first clue was this player has played for Stockport,
all those clubs, and
Grimsby,
the second one
Shrewsbury,
was 2
Sheffield
trophies.
United, Nottingham Forest, and one other Premier League club before his current club. I didn't want to say the final Premier League club he played for.
Wait, no, Crystal Palace didn't win 2 trophies. It's not Crystal Palace. And the final Premier League club is making to make it obvious.
Yeah. Well, pretty obvious.
I don't know. Gibbs White. He definitely didn't win 2 trophies. But I'm out.
Okay, this goalkeeper signed for his current club in 2023 for 20 million.
Is it...
The goalkeeper has won 2 trophies and has played for a whole bunch of English clubs.
I can't even think of which English team won 2 titles last year.
Well, I think one big trophy, one very, very small trophy.
Liverpool? No.
Yeah.
Who won Champions League? PSG won Champions League. Club World Cup Chelsea. Did Chelsea win another trophy last year?
No.
Didn't they win the Conference League? They did.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Conference
okay,
League
sure.
and Club World Cup.
Yeah, that's one big, one small, to be fair.
Which one's the small one?
Okay. There's one small.
Give me the club.
It's Crystal Palace.
What's their second trophy?
They won the FA Cup and the Community Shield in the last year.
Community Shield this year?
Within the last year.
Oh, I'm thinking last season. God.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'm so out. I'm so gone
This
here.
should be so obvious.
Crystal Palace player who played for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other clubs.
Yeah.
Won 2 trophies. Oh, he's a goalkeeper. I forgot that. Okay, so it's
yeah.
The current Crystal Palace goalkeeper.
That goalkeeper who played for Crystal Palace. 5 million in FPL.
Who's the Crystal Palace goalkeeper?
That other club I missed out was Manchester United that he played for previously.
No. Oh fuck, what's his name?
He's English. He has 3 caps for England. Think of any more facts
Is
about.
it Ramsdale?
Oh my god!
who's the Crystal Palace
I can't
English
believe
goalkeeper? My mind's so gone.
This is absolutely like the biggest brain fart.
My mind has gone so blank. Who's the God?
Come on! You've got this. People are screaming at their phones.
I'm thinking like, I don't know
TVs.
why. I'm gonna get this. I'm thinking Johnson for some reason. It's
No.
obviously not him.
No. He was the old
The
one.
guy with the hat, Henderson.
Correct.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. We got there in the end.
Henderson.
We got there in the
1
end.
point for Gryffindor.
God.
Actually, 1 point for Hufflepuff after that performance.
You told me the team name, to be honest.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that was a sus
No, it
clue.
wasn't. What? Why?
Because it sounded like last season they won
I
2
said
trophies.
within the last year. Listen to the words very closely next time, Tim.
I'm not very good at this, huh?
No, well, no, look, you did well last week. Hopefully a few people at home
I got 2
did
points
pretty
out
well.
of 9 last week.
Okay, that's better than 0.
I did well the first week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, there you go, guys. Of course, check out Fantasy Football Hub as well, by the way, guys, because all of these screenshots we've been showing today for our teams and our predicted points and stuff like that has all been through Fantasy Football Hub. So big shout out to them and all that they do for us. Yeah, you can check out, get your own team rating using the link in the description. And yeah, make sure you drop a like on the show. Do subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you want to check us out on YouTube, on the FPL Mate channel, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever else. There's a bunch of other places. Basically, wherever you can listen to podcasts, just search Stick to FPL. You will find it. There is also a link in the description of the YouTube video of all the places you can consume the Stick to FPL show. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed yet another one. We're going to call it a day today. So, Sim, any final words for us? We've not done this in a while.
Wow, we're doing that.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Well, listen, if you're ever doing a quiz, don't put yourself under pressure. And you know what? In life, don't put yourself under pressure because you will not perform as well as with a clean brain.
Solid advice. Solid advice. Right, guys, enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you on the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.